Yesterday on the DC And Helwani Show, Daniel Cormier praised Jon Jones for wanting to fight Francis Ngannou at heavyweight.
Give him credit where credit is due. And I truly believe that this Francis Ngannou thing is one of the most gangster things in the world. Like, why would you be afraid of anyone? Especially if you're a guy that has the accomplishments of Jon Jones. Why? That's the thing that I don't get, right? When people say me or Jon Jones and that we're afraid of somebody. It's the most asinine thing in the world. Like, we're not afraid of anyone. And I think that this Jones thing is cool. Like, he's like, okay, you want to fight? Let's do it. Like, and that's what any person in the world, a true fighter, would do. And I think that's, I think hats off to Jones.
Jon Jones responded to Daniel Cormier and posted this on his Twitter saying, "Some of you have been waiting to see me lose for over a decade. Now finally you stick me in there with a giant with your mouth watering. Maybe you'll see what you've been waiting for years. Maybe you won't. The question is, how much are you willing to pay to see it?" Alistair Overeem, in a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, speaks on his recent win over Walt Harris.
Well, I didn't feel anybody rooting against me. I mean, there was nobody really there. And,
Right.
you know, UFC's just reporting on what happened, right? He's coming out of a personal tragedy, the abduction and the homicide of his daughter, of his baby girl, right? So that's a real event. And I think UFC's done a great job. You know, you got to show these real events. He's coming from this. It's our job to make it a great sports moment. That's the attitude that I had going into it. And I just wanted to bring the best out of myself. You know, it's also work, it's sports. And, you know, we all have to get back on the horse. So I'm happy for Walt that he has something, he has a sport for himself to get back on the horse, right? Because it gives you goal, it gives you purpose. Really important, really good for him. You know, when you fight, you react. I'm not thinking too much. I definitely was in trouble, right? Walt is a heavy guy. He was weighing 265 at the weigh-ins. That means he's probably 275 at fight night. I'm like 250-ish, so there's like 25 pounds difference. And then you get dropped. At the moment, you don't even react. You're just reacting. You're just moving. You're going with the flow. You're not thinking. You shouldn't think, because when you're thinking, you're too slow and you're going to get hit more. So, yeah, I was definitely in danger, right? I rewatched the fight a couple of times. He was really close to maybe, you know, one or two more direct hits, blows. But I don't know, I kept fighting, managed to reverse the situation and get out of there and then turn it on Walt. Yeah, I felt this energy was dwindling. Too heavy, right? 275. Right. You know, a little fat around the belly. It's not good. So I you know, those are the things you kind of know when you you know, experience. He was too heavy going into that fight. And then, you know, yeah, you have to fight 5 rounds. That's 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes of cardio. When you're doing the 5-round cardio, the 30 minutes cardio, the 5 rounds consecutive all the time, you do not have that much overweight. I mean, if you're 6'8" or 7 feet, okay, yes. But if he's like 6'3", he's a little bit shorter than me, just a little bit. You're not supposed to be that heavy. Well, I just said rest up, man, and you know, heal up, rest up, and let's train in the future. I met him brief in November. That was the first time we were going to fight in December, and a very cool guy, very nice guy, Walt Harris, right? And we clicked, we connected. So we were already talking about, hey, let's train together after the fight, man. Let's get this over with, and then we'll fight. So then the fight got canceled because of his daughter's situation. So then now the fight happened eventually, and yeah, let's just train. You know, good people. Let's just work together.
Edson Barboza, in a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, speaks on his close split decision loss to Dan Ige.
Man, that's the 2 time in a row. That's the 2 time in a row this happened. I really think I sit down, I watch the fight, this fight, in my last fight against Paul Felder, and I think I won both. If you see my record right now, I come with the 2 losses, but I know I win my last 2 fights. That's crazy. It's crazy feeling. The same time I was fine because I know I win the fight, but at the same time still hurt because I know I lost. That's crazy feeling. Yes, I watched the fight yesterday. Hey, come on, man. There's no chance this guy beat me. No chance. I won the first and the second one clear. The first round, don't say nothing. The second round, I don't know if you guys see, but in the last minute, I dropped him with a body kick. He's going down. He's like, he's screaming. And I finished with the ground and pound. The fight's over, the round's over. And the third round, I feel looking great. It's 4 minutes. He's taking me down on the last minute. That's it. And he don't throw anything. Very comfortable. That's crazy because I feel the same feeling with the Paul Felder fight. When they finish, I come with my coach. My coach, he say that the reality, if I lose, my coach come to me and say, hey, you lose. But I come to my coach, Parrupinha and Anderson, I asked him both, and both said, you won. And I really trust these guys. And when they say the guy's name, I was so upset. I think I did everything to win the fight. You know, I can show a lot more for everybody, for sure. That's my first fight at 145, you know. I have, you know, it's a little bit different for me, for my body, but I did everything to win the fight, and I won the fight.
Look at this crazy. Jon Anik is way over there. DC's way over there. No one's in this place. So weird.
And Michael Bisping on the Believe You Me podcast speaks on Glover Teixeira's TKO win over Anthony Smith.
Let's start with the main event last Wednesday, event number 2, Smith versus Teixeira. Obviously, there was a bit of controversy surrounding that fight. Coming into that fight, I had, and by the way, love Glover Teixeira. So I had Anthony Smith winning the fight. That's why I'm saying I love Glover Teixeira even more after this week, because I spoke to him a couple of times, and the man is just a fucking class act. But I can't believe Teixeira is only 39. When I look at Teixeira, and I say this with respect, he looks about 50. And I'm like, how am I older than him? I'm older than Overeem. I'm older than all these people. When I find out their ages, I'm shocked. But I was like, what the how am I older than all of you? But yeah, round 1, Smith looks absolutely outstanding. He's using that jab. His hands are loose. He's fast. He's fluid. He's landing excellent combinations. He's using a great variety of kicks. And, you know, Teixeira's tough. Teixeira's been in there with the best in the world. But I'm like, it's not looking good for Teixeira. And, I made the best man win, of course. And as I say, Smith looked outstanding, and I thought, man, because Teixeira's a nice guy. Anybody that's met him will tell you he's just a gentleman. He really is. And I'm thinking, oh man, this is going to be, pardon me, a bad night for Glover Teixeira. And then round 2, he was doing a little bit better. Was it 3 that the tide turned, or was it 2? I know Teixeira landed a couple of good uppercuts that got his attention, but whether it was 2 or whether it was 3, it might have been towards the end of 2 or even early 3. He landed a body shot. Right, and a lot of people saying that Smith gassed, and a few people said that to me as well. A couple of people that know the sport well said, "Oh, Smith gassed." You know, his corner were asking him to finish him in rounds 1 and 2, and he blew his wad, and you know, he run out of steam and got tired. I don't think it was that. I honestly think it was the body shot from Glover Teixeira. Once you take a good body shot, it just sucks the wind out of you. And then from there, Teixeira just made some adjustments, landed some amazing shots, and broke his orbital. From there, every time Smith got caught with a shot, you know, he would react big time. In between the rounds, I think it was in between rounds 3 and 4, referee or the doctor came in and said, "Do you want to continue?" You know, so they were conscious of it, but me, man, rounds 4 and 5 and even a bit of 3, he took a lot of damage, man. I'm talking a lot of damage, and full respect to Smith. I mean, he's tough as he's as tough as they come. And I want to talk about this quickly, because this was one of the best scenarios I've ever seen. Obviously there's no crowd, so people can hear everything. And then as he's got him on the floor and he's smashing him in the face, his teeth fall out, right? And he's getting smashed, he's on the floor, and they're just so cool. He grabs his teeth as he's getting smacked in the head. He's like, I probably want to keep them. Reaches out to the referee. He's like, hey, ref, just grab them for me, mate, would you? And the referee grabs them, puts them in his teeth. And then the next round, Teixeira says, like, I'm sorry, man. You know, it's only business or something like that. And Smith's face down on the floor, getting pounded, going, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I was like, wow, how awesome is that?